Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's close to my heart: the evolving world of photographic education and skill development. Whether you're a seasoned pro with your DSLR, a mirrorless camera enthusiast, or just passionate about capturing the world through a lens, this discussion is for you. Photography, as we all know, isn't just about clicking a button. It's an art, a science, and a way of seeing the world. And just like any other art form, learning and mastering photography is a journey. One that's seen some significant changes over the years. From the classic darkrooms to the high-tech digital studios of today, the way we learn photography has evolved dramatically. In this video, we're going to explore these changes, analyze their impact, and discuss how they shape our journey as photographers. So, let's get started. Back in the day, learning photography was a whole different ballgame. It often meant enrolling in a college course, attending in-person workshops, and spending hours in the darkroom experimenting with film. This traditional approach was not just about learning the technicalities of a camera, but it was an immersive experience. There's something magical about watching your photo slowly come to life in a developing tray, isn't there? But let's fast forward to the present. The digital revolution has transformed not just how we take photos, but also how we learn photography. Online platforms have burst onto the scene, offering tutorials, webinars, and even interactive courses that you can access from anywhere in the world. YouTube, online forums, and dedicated photography websites have become invaluable resources for both beginners and professionals. Now, this shift raises a crucial question. Is the traditional classroom setting becoming obsolete in the face of online learning? Not necessarily. Each method has its unique strengths. Traditional courses offer structured learning, direct mentorship, and hands-on experience with equipment that might be out of reach for the average hobbyist. They also provide an environment for collaboration and networking that's hard to replicate online. On the other hand, online resources offer unparalleled flexibility and variety. You can learn at your own pace, choose topics that interest you, and access teachings from renowned photographers worldwide. Plus, the online community offers a level of immediate feedback and support that's truly unique. But here's my take. Neither of these methods is inherently superior. They're just different. I believe the best learning approach might be a hybrid one. Imagine combining the structured, mentor-driven learning of traditional courses with the flexibility and variety of online resources. That's a powerful combo, right? Think about it. You could be attending a college class, learning the nitty-gritty of exposure and composition, and then go home and watch a YouTube tutorial on the latest post-processing techniques. This blend not only broadens your skill set, but also keeps you updated with the rapidly changing trends in photography. In my own journey, I've found that embracing both worlds has been incredibly beneficial. The structured courses I took early on gave me a solid foundation in the technical aspects of photography. But it was the online world that really opened my eyes to the endless creative possibilities. It's where I discovered new techniques, got inspired by other photographers' work, and even started sharing my own experiences. So, whether you're a fan of the old school or the new school, remember that in photography, as in life, there's always something new to learn. And in this constantly evolving field, being open to different ways of learning is key to keeping your photography fresh and exciting. In the world of photography, there's been a significant shift towards accessibility and democratization, thanks to the rise of online education. This change has been a game changer, especially for those who found traditional avenues either too expensive, too rigid, or geographically out of reach. Online tutorials and webinars have played a massive role in this transformation. Platforms like YouTube, Skillshare, and even Instagram have become treasure troves of photographic knowledge. Whether it's a beginner's guide to using a DSLR, a deep dive into the complexities of mirrorless cameras, or mastering the art of post-processing, there's something for everyone, and most importantly, it's often free or very affordable. But it's not just about the cost or the variety of topics available. The real magic lies in the community aspect of these online platforms. Interactive learning communities, forums, and social media groups have brought photographers from all corners of the world together. Here, amateurs and professionals alike share their work, seek advice, and offer feedback. This kind of peer-to-peer learning and support network was unimaginable in the pre-digital era. Let's take a moment to appreciate how this has impacted amateur photographers and enthusiasts. In the past, breaking into the photography scene without formal education or connections was a daunting task. Now, with a smartphone and an internet connection, anyone can start learning photography, experiment with different styles, and even build a portfolio. This level of inclusivity has not only nurtured new talent, but also diversified the photographic landscape. However, this democratization comes with its own set of challenges. The sheer volume of information available online can be overwhelming. Not all sources are reliable or provide quality education. There's a risk of information overload or picking up bad habits if you're not discerning about your learning resources. And here's where I think the traditional educational institutions still have a crucial role to play. They offer curated, well-structured courses that ensure you're getting comprehensive and accurate information. They also provide a level of discipline and rigor that's hard to replicate in self-paced online learning. But remember, the goal here isn't to choose one over the other. It's about leveraging the strengths of both. Online platforms are fantastic for accessibility, variety, and community engagement. Traditional education offers depth, structure, and formal recognition of your skills. In my own experience, I've seen the benefits of this approach. I started with online tutorials, experimenting and learning through trial and error. But it was a formal photography workshop that helped me refine my skills and understand the subtleties of lighting and composition. The combination of these two learning paths has been instrumental in shaping my journey as a photographer. So, to all the photography enthusiasts out there, my advice is this: embrace the wealth of resources available online, but don't shy away from formal education if you have the opportunity. It's this blend of formal and informal learning that will help you grow not just as a photographer, but as a creative individual. In the journey of becoming a great photographer, there's an ongoing debate. What's more important, technical skill or creative vision? The evolving landscape of photographic education is constantly trying to address this balance, and it's a crucial conversation for both beginners and seasoned photographers. Let's start with technical skills. Photography, at its core, is a technical craft. Understanding the mechanics of a camera, grasping the principles of light, exposure, and composition. These are fundamental. No matter how creative you are, if your photos are consistently out of focus or poorly exposed, it's hard to convey your vision. Traditional educational routes, like college courses and workshops, excel in teaching these technical aspects. They provide a structured environment where you can learn the rules before you start breaking them. For instance, mastering the exposure triangle, aperture, shutter speed, and ISO is something I learned through formal education, and it's been invaluable. But here's the thing, photography is also an art form, and art is about expression, emotion, and personal perspective. This is where your creative vision comes into play. It's about seeing the world in your unique way and using your camera to capture and share that vision. Online platforms have been instrumental in fostering this creative aspect. They expose you to a myriad of styles, ideas, and techniques from photographers around the globe. You get to see how others interpret the world through their lenses, which can be incredibly inspiring. It's a constant flow of new ideas that challenges you to think outside the box and develop your own style. Now, some might argue that with the focus shifting towards creativity and style, there's a risk of undermining the importance of technical proficiency. I've seen plenty of discussions online where the technical aspects are downplayed in favor of having an eye for photography. But here's my perspective. It's not an either-or situation. The most impactful photography comes from a harmony between skill and vision. Think of it like learning to play a musical instrument. You need to know the basics, scales, chords, and techniques. But once you have those down, it's your creativity that turns those notes into music that touches people's hearts. The same goes for photography. Your technical skills give you the tools to bring your creative vision to life. In my career, I've seen the benefits of balancing these two aspects. Early on, I focused heavily on technical mastery. I wanted my photos to be technically flawless. But over time, I realized that what made my work stand out was how I saw and captured the world. My unique perspective was what resonated with people. The technical skills were essential, but they were just a means to an end. So, for anyone embarking on this photographic journey, remember this: hone your technical skills, they're your toolkit. But also, give yourself the freedom to explore, experiment, and express your vision. Attend that workshop on lighting techniques, but also follow that online course on creative storytelling through photography. It's this combination that will not only make you a competent photographer, but an extraordinary one. Next, we'll dive deeper into the importance of lifelong learning in photography. The field is always evolving, and staying relevant means continuously adapting and expanding your skills and perspectives. As we delve deeper into the world of photography, one thing becomes crystal clear: the learning never stops. Lifelong learning is not just a fancy term, it's a necessity in this field. The landscape of photography is constantly evolving, with new technologies, techniques, and trends emerging all the time. To stay relevant and keep your work fresh, you need to be a lifelong learner. Let's talk about technology first. Think about how quickly photography has evolved over the past few decades. We moved from film to digital, then from basic digital cameras to sophisticated DSLRs, and now the rapidly growing world of mirrorless systems. Each of these transitions has required photographers to learn and adapt. And it's not just about the cameras. Think about advancements in lighting, editing software, and even social media platforms for sharing your work. Staying updated with these changes is crucial. But it's not just technology. Trends in photography also shift over time. Styles that were popular a few years ago might not resonate with audiences today. As photographers, we need to be aware of these trends, understand them, and decide how, or if, we want to incorporate them into our work. This doesn't mean chasing every trend, but rather being informed and making conscious choices about your photographic style. Now you might wonder, how does one keep up with all these changes? This is where the beauty of the current education landscape in photography comes into play. With online platforms, learning new skills or catching up on trends has never been easier. Webinars, online courses, and tutorials offer quick and often affordable ways to update your knowledge. But don't underestimate the value of traditional methods, like workshops, seminars, and even photography books. They provide depth and a different perspective that's hard to find online. In my personal journey, embracing lifelong learning has been key to my growth as a photographer. I remember when drones first became accessible to consumers. Initially, I was hesitant. It felt like a whole new world. But once I dove into learning about aerial photography, it not only added a new dimension to my work, but also reinvigorated my passion for photography. But more importantly, staying curious and open to learning is what will keep your passion for photography alive. And when it comes to preparing for success, we realized that it's not just about the skills you have, but also about the relationships you build and your ability to adapt to the changing landscape. Networking, staying informed about trends, and being true to your artistic vision are all part of this journey. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Photography is a journey of continuous exploration and expression. Whether you prefer learning in a classroom, online, or a mix of both, the most important thing is to keep learning and growing. Experiment, take risks, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you find your voice as a photographer. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of trends in photographic education and skill development. I hope this discussion has inspired you to explore new horizons in your photographic journey. Keep shooting, keep learning, and most importantly, keep sharing your unique view of the world through your lens. Until next time, keep capturing those moments and tell your story through your photographs. Subscribe.